We were first introduced to Sherrie Austin in the late 1990s with hits on Arista Nashville such as Never Been Kissed and her version of the Dolly Parton classic, Jolene. She's traveled many miles between her native Australia, LA, New York, and her home in Nashville, half joking that her life is like that of a gypsy in a circus. Now that lifelong journey has been summed up in her new album, Circus Girl. We sat down with Sherrie to talk about all her new projects coming to fruition.
The title of the new record is Circus Girl, and it's interesting because when we finished writing that song, my first thought was, well, that was a wonderful waste of time, because the song was just a little different from anything I'd ever done before, and I wasn't writing at that time for a record, I was just writing for other artists. And it just kind of grew on me, and I loved kind of the metaphor of Circus Girl. I mean, my whole life in the music business has been like a circus. I traveled around Australia. My parents traveled in a caravan, going from country festival to festival. But when I stopped making records a few years ago, I had pretty much decided to myself that the circus had left town. And then one day I woke up and there was a different circus, and it was in cyberspace, and it's the internet. And so through fans communicating with me on Facebook and Twitter and asking me when I was going to make another record, I was like, okay, I think it's time to do that. And so it just seemed like the perfect title, and it's about chasing a dream again. And I had stopped doing that, and here I am doing it again. I started out to make like this little songwriter CD that I was going to pitch to help, you know, get songs recorded by other artists. And so it started out acoustically, and then was like, no, that's not quite good enough. I hear it a little bit more this way. I go into the studio. Next minute, I've made a full-fledged record. So here it is. And so I had to start a label, and I decided to do it independently this time around, because I'm not even sure I decided that. Everything has happened as it's kind of gone along. Every day a new thing comes in. It's my build it and they will come plan. So it's just kind of been evolving naturally itself, which is kind of weird. Well, I took a lot of wrong turns. Here I am making a little independent record, and all of a sudden comes along this television show. I got a call about being on a documentary reality series called Girls Who Like Boys Who Like Boys. Let's just think about that for a second, because it can be confusing. Okay, everybody's got it? Yes, that is what it's about. There's 4 couples, and it's about 4 straight women and their best gay guy friends and their relationships and how they go through life and the ups and the downs. And this is the 2nd season. They decided to shoot it in Nashville this time because they found Nashville fascinating, as they should, and also it being in the Bible Belt, which has a whole different spin on it. So it's going to be an interesting show, and I'm very interested to see how people react to it, especially in the South. You know, it's a little bit of a taboo subject in some ways, but I think it's time to have a conversation, an open conversation about this. So that's why I decided to do it. But I got to say, I love you either way, naughty or nice. Naughty or Nice is a Christmas song, and it's a song I wrote with Shane Stevens, who's also my co-star in Girls Who Like Boys Who Like Boys. And while we were shooting the TV series, we decided to do a video for this song. I've never had a Christmas single out before or ever done a duet, so this is it's been a brand new experience for my co-star Shane Stevens as well. But we had a lot of fun. The concept is I wanted to do an Australian Christmas, which, you know, people don't realise, well, not everybody, that in Australia it's hot and we're on the beach and we're having, you know, barbecuing sausages and drinking beer and hanging out in our bikinis, and some people don't even wear that much. So we did a Christmas with me in Australia, and Shane is in New York in his New York apartment, and so we're kind of separated and both showing, you know, our sides of Christmas. But I got to say, I love you either way, naughty or nice. The next 6 months, well, I'm going to be out doing a lot of shows and a lot of performing the songs from Circus Girl. Honky-tonks, festivals, fairs, anywhere they want me again. And that's going to be interesting because I haven't played with a band in like 8 years. So I've been doing, you know, these little singer-songwriter shows, so it's like back out there on the stage. And going to Australia, actually, in March for the big festival over there with Tim and Faith and Dirks. So that'll be good.
For airing times on the news show in your area, check out SundanceChannel.com. That's not all we have for today. We're heading over to a turkey fry next, so make sure you come right back. You won't want to miss this.
Tracy Lawrence here. Y'all don't go anywhere. Coming up next, you're going to see me at my 6th annual turkey fry. Stay tuned.